Check, check. It's working. Yeah, it is. I'm not. Is that music coming out? Do one of you mind just turning that up a little bit once we get going? Okay. It should be running. It just needs to go up a little bit. What's the temp like in here? It's okay? Let me just put the air on, the fan on. Anything you want to do today? Any postures or body parts you want to work on? Okay. I could do some lat stuff. I've been paddling the past couple days. Yeah, I could get some good lat stuff in. Yeah, yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Take a nice seat. Close the eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Take a couple breaths. Sometimes we say, we turn inward or we set an intention for our class. You want to set yourself up for success, right? And that's what you're doing here. You're starting to get an idea of what you need to work on. Maybe some of us came to, rehab an injury or work on our pose or, move our practice a little bit further or spend time with our kula, right, our yoga family. It's all, we honor it all. It's important, right? It's valuable. It's what brought us to the mat. So we're going to honor it. We're going to figure out what we want to receive from the practice. And then you're going to do your work, right, in your practice so that when you leave feeling better than when you came. And that's always the goal of yoga, right? Is to always leave feeling a little bit better than when you came. That should be the goal of any exercise. And we're doing our asana, so our asana is exercise. And that should always be the goal. In yoga, we're really driven towards alignment, right? We want to keep the body in a good, conscious position, and we want to move through those spaces. Sometimes life doesn't always give us that opportunity, but yoga, because we have to move, right? Sometimes you just got to get things done. But here in yoga, we're going to set our own pace, right, with our breath. We're going to move when it's time for us to move. We're going to pause when it's time for us to pause. And therefore, you make the practice yours. Start with your breath. Our breath, the timing of it will be pretty close. It won't all be the same, but it'll be pretty close. we'll all be around that 2 seconds or 3 seconds to inhale and 2 or 3 seconds to exhale. And you'll notice I talk about this all the time. It's going to put the tempo to your practice, right? So if your inhale was 2 seconds, that's what it's going to take when we come forward to plank. And if the exhale was 2 seconds, as we lower into chaturanga and we inhale, we come forward, right, to cobra. That's going to be the tempo. And that's going to change throughout our practice. When we hold our poses or we link our postures, it's going to bring your heart rate up. When your heart rate comes up, your breath is going to come up. You need to find out where you need to be. From listening to yourself breathe, all the way up to Ujjayi breath. Where is it that you need to settle your breath into? The next inhale, let the arms lift. And the exhale brings the fingertips and the knuckle pads the root. As the heels of the hands lightly touch. Like there's a string attached to the heels of your hands and your chest. You're lifting yourself up. You're feeling your spine get nice and tall. Those muscles in your upper back start to work. Slide the throat back. Bring the chin down just a little bit. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. We softly bow our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. Take your right hand out to the side, turn your palm forward, take the left hand up and over. We'll take that little side bend in our neck here that we work. Taking the shoulder in supination, so keep turning the palm up. So like we were talking about the breath, and you know I tend to hit things a lot more physical, like the chakras that I talk about, right? Think about what the Om should be. The Om is not just like that primordial sound that we're making. Maybe look to your shirt pocket or look up, see if you could take the pose a little further. But it's about trying to control, right, your breath. Like I always talk about the start, the stop, and the hold. Inhale, come up, exhale, release, swap the legs. It's the same thing with your Om, right? Is can you go Om and keep it all in balance, right? To me, that's how you're warming up your breath. Take that little side bend. Keep that hand creeping out away from you. And then work either looking down or looking up. Nice. When you look into your shirt pocket, you're going to feel these upper traps. That's probably where most of us want to be. Some of you are going to like to look up, though, to get this SCM. And then inhale, come up, exhale, release, spin around, child's pose. So you want your big toe mounds to touch, or your toes to touch, your big toes. You're going to take your knees wide towards the edges of your mat. Your arms are going to be overhead. You're going to have you can see, if you look up front, my pinky knuckle and my ring knuckle are off my mat. That's just the space that I needed to get my shoulders to flow through. Now, I work with a shoulder injury, so for me, I need a little bit more space. A little more space is going to make it a little more accessible in this instance. Just like sometimes too much space can go against us, right? Here, this giving a little space is going to help us. So find where you need to be. Now, this is a little more energized child's pose. So hug your hands in and lift your forearms up and lift your inner biceps up so your arms are up off the mat. Then slide your forehead off the mat. And as soon as you do that, you're going to start feeling this work between your shoulder blades from your head to your butt. Keep sliding the throat back, bring the chin to the chest just a touch. Now as you soften your chest towards the mat, you'll feel that energy keep getting deeper. Right? You're working the spine a little bit more. You're feeling those side bodies get nice and long. And then when you're ready, look forward, walk the hands towards the right side of your mat. Here's those lats. I do this one with y'all for lats, but you're going to get side bodies here. You're going to get those intercostal muscles between your ribs.
light opener in the chest. So root that left sit bone into that left heel. That'll be, think below your waist. Now breathe above your waist. Maybe walk those hands even a little bit further to the right. And then inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. Then walk your hands towards the left. And then go right sit bone to right heel. And then start to breathe up that right side body. Take a nice big breath in the right side of those ribs to the front right corner of your mat. Maybe walk those hands to the left even a little bit further. And keep feeling that pose. Move. Next inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. Next inhale, all fours, hands and knees. Set up that low mountain. And then today, let's work the oscillating cat-cows. We've been doing cat-cow the past couple classes, so today we'll oscillate. So we want to go up, back, and around, and then forward, under, and down. So we're going up. Maybe we look up. We're going forward and down. Maybe we look under. Let's get 5 one way, and then we'll get 5 to side 2. Take your time. Move with your breath. Start taking these vertebrae through their full ranges of motion. Now this is my 5th, so I'm going to pause in the middle for a breath, and then I'm going to work my side 2. Nice little way to clear that spine from down low all the way up high. Now, this is my 5th one. So I'm going to come to that neutral position. Take your time. When you hit your 5th, we'll meet back in neutral. You know we're all going to be pretty close, right, to the same time. So just move with your breath. Take a couple breaths here. When you're ready, step back to plank. And then downward dog. You want to bend your knees on that first downward dog. Bend your knees. Now work the upper body. So just like we did before, we're going to hug our hands into the midline. We're going to keep our forearms lifting up. We're going to keep our inner biceps lifting up. We're going to slide our throat towards like where the ceiling and the wall meet at the front of the room, so our chin doesn't hang to the center line. Then we can start to push the hands down and forward, take the chest back towards the toenails. Now we start increasing that opener, coming up the arms and the side bodies and the chest, the work in the upper back. Belly to spine, shutters are closed. Now maybe reach your right heel down to the floor. Inhale it back up, exhale that left heel down. Inhale it back up, back to the right. And just kind of pedal through the heels nice and slow with the breath. So if it was 2 seconds, how long it's going to take to lower the heel, to lift the heel. Now balance both sides out, come to neutral. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale back to downward dog. We'll do 5. Stay with your breath. Now we start to move a little more dynamic. Getting into the hip crease a little bit here. We're going to work some hip flexors. Flexion in your hip is when you're in downward dog. Extension is when you're in plank. Now this is my 5th one. We're going to meet back in downward dog. For downward dog, reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. And then wherever your space is, fingertips are blocks. front knee right on top of that ankle, and then track it in line with that second toe. So if the knee's falling in, you're going to widen it out. If it's blowing out the side, you're going to hug it in a little bit. As you reach out of the back heel, forward out of the front knee, forward out of the crown of the head. Exhale, lower the back knee, drag the back knee forward. Inhale, come up, plug the arms in, take them up overhead. Pull that belly in and those shutters closed. You'll feel the lift in the spine, and keep dragging the back knee forward. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Pull the shutters closed again. Now maybe curl back into the pose. One more breath. Exhale the hands down. Lift the back knee. Downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. Take those shoulders back and down away from your ears. After your 3 breaths, lower the chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. If I feel like it's hard for me to hold the back leg up, I'm going to stay higher on the ball of the foot like this. If I feel like it's easier for me to hold the back leg up, I'm going to reach the heel back. Whatever you want to play with. We don't want to extend out if we need to hug in more, right? So we'll just stay higher on the ball of the foot. It'll help us hug. But if we feel like we could express it out, then it's back out of the heel. Then as you drag the front heel back, it's forward out of the knee, and then forward out of the crown of the head. And then exhale the back knee, drag it forward, inhale, come up, plug the arms in, take them up. Keep this right hip lifting up. Try to soften this left hip down a little bit. Help us access that lateral quad. Then it's belly button to spine, shutters closed. We lift up through our thumbs, and then maybe we curl back into that pose. We keep going up and back. So we work into the upper back instead of going back and down, and then we're in the lumbar. One more breath. Exhale the hands down, lift the back knee, downward dog. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. After your 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Charge those legs up. Get tall. Maybe curl back. Feel that peel come off the belly, up the chest, your neck, your face, up your arms and your fingers. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Half fold. So see here, I want to balance the weight in my feet, front to back, side to side. I want to stack up my hips, this lateral condyle and lateral medial, the bump here on the outside of your knee, and this ankle bone here. We want them to line up. As compared to this, see, I'm behind. Here, I'm forward. I'm trying to get it to stack up. In human movement, if you were doing like a hip hinge, your butt would be behind your heels. But in forward fold, we're stacking them up. And now as you inhale, look forward, drag your fingers back to you, then maybe go ahead and fold into the pose. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, take that big reach. Bring the right hand behind your back, left hand to your elbow. There's those lats again. Hips are back. Push your head back into your forearm. Yep, then stand up nice and tall instead of this trying to happen. And then draw your fingers up. I do this with y'all all the time, and this pose is super easy to go into misalignment. Got to keep those inner thighs back and the sacrum back.
Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Swap side two. It looks easy, right? You're like, oh, my arm's behind my back. I'm holding my elbow, right? But it's not. There's a lot of shit that's happening. So this would be a better look than this. I would rather be here. And then I could start to stand up tall from here. This is just reinforcing that misalignment, right? We don't want to do that. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold.
Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. So just like we did before, right? When you inhale, look forward, you charge those legs up. You draw the fingers back to you to lengthen your spine, like you're pulling your spine out of your waist. And then we fold into the pose. Wherever you need to be. Blocks, fingertips, hands flat, back of your hands we've been playing with. Right? It never stops. You just keep moving the pose to someplace new. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step the right leg back, lunge. Keep that right hand down, draw that left elbow back, maybe take the twist. So we're working that middle upper back, right, on our twists. So that means we're not letting that right hip drop on us. Maybe start to look up that left arm. Inhale, come back to center, step forward. So push from that right foot to that left heel. Keep the knees bent, reach the left leg back. Take your time, find the lunge. Turn, like you want to turn that left shoulder, right? So you're rooting back into it. Then you can draw that elbow back and maybe reach up. And see, the whole time I'm lifting this hip up by sometimes softening this side down. And then the twist is just in my spine instead of letting that twist happen from my left leg. Maybe look up. Inhale, come back to center, step forward. Swing the arms up, take that nice big reach. Maybe curl back into it that little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Work through your vinyasa 3 times. So we'll start to flow through a little bit. Stay with your breath. We'll meet back in downward dog. Downward dog, full breath in, complete breath out. Take your chest back towards your toenails a little more. See if you can reach down the back of the legs a little bit further, or whatever feels good to you. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Charge that lunge. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1. Crescent. So same thing here, right? We're lifting this thigh up, but we're softening this thigh down. Otherwise, I'm going to look like this. It's going to peel this way, right? So I want to soften this one down that little bit. Now maybe pull the belly in the shutters so you can get that lift, and maybe even curl back. Let the inhale come up. Take that left hand across the body, bring it to the outside of the thigh. Let the right hand meet Anjali Mudra. So work that upper back here on the twist. When you push your hands together, you're going to use that energy to then rotate into the pose a little bit more. Inhale, come back up, warrior 2. Warrior 1, sorry. And then exhale the hands down, step back, downward dog. Work through one vinyasa. right? These vinyasas today, doing every day, but where we're focusing today is giving us the best of both these areas. We work through our vinyasa. We're going to work that neck, the upper back, right? Work the spine. And then we're going to take those hip from flexion to extension. So we'll work through the hip a little bit too. From downward dog, reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Take your time. When you're ready, Vera won't crescent. So keep that knee right on top of the ankle. It's going to try to drift. So you know maybe I got to bend back into it. Then I want to square that right hip forward that little bit. I want to reach up through my thumbs. It'll ignite the back of my arms. Then I can curl back into it. And then inhale, come up, take that right hand across the body. Yep, let that left hand meet. Then the power's in the legs already. When you push the hands together, the power goes to the upper body, and then you can start to rotate it open. Maybe if you start to look up towards the sky and you really play with that balance. And then inhale, unwind, come back to that warrior one. Take the breath. Then exhale the hands down, step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Back to downward dog, full breath in, complete breath out. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Curl back. Exhale the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Take your feet wide so that they're shoulders width or mat's width, whatever feels good to you. And then we'll play a little dynamic at the hip here again, and we'll work the upper back. So before you take your shoulders all the way back, take a nice big inhale. Yep, and then exhale, you could take those shoulders back, yep. Now when you're ready from here, next exhale, you're gonna fold. The arms can maybe start to come overhead. Inhale's gonna come back up. Exhale's gonna fold. Inhale comes back up. Keep going, stay with your breath. Keep the fire in the legs to set the foundation. Maybe reach the arms overhead a little bit when you go into that fold to deepen the stretch. And then last one, when you come up, exhale, release the hands. Yep. Heel toe your way back in. Triangle, right leg forward, left leg back. So pretty good distance here. If you're not sure what it is, bend into your lead knee because you're going to know your warrior and your Parsva leg a little easier because it's easier to see. In this one, it's a little harder to see. Ultimately, I'm trying to get my wrists to be over my ankles, right? But that's kind of tough to see. So if you bend into it, it's going to be a little bit easier. Now get nice and charged here. So start hugging your feet in like you're pulling your front heel back and your back arch forward. Get nice and tall through the side bodies. Yep, and then when you're ready, hinge at the right side of the hip. The hand goes down to the block or the floor. Sometimes I go outside my foot, sometimes I go inside, depends what I feel in that moment. It's not a right or wrong, or one's better than the other. Inside tends to be a little more therapeutic or a little more accessible, and then behind the foot tends to just be another challenge. Now keep opening that right side body up so you don't side crescent into it. Spin the right shoulder back. Pull the belly in, pull the shutters closed. Take the top of the ribs back. Bring the bottom of the ribs forward. Maybe start to look up that arm. And then inhale, come up. Bend into that lead knee, warrior two. The elbow goes to the thigh. We sweep the bicep up along the cheek. If you want the hand to go down to the block of the floor, same thing. Inside the foot, a little more accessible, a little more therapeutic. Back of the leg, a little more challenging. Belly's in, shutters are closed. Rotate open. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Push from that back foot to that front heel as you step forward. Nice, y'all. We'll swap side too. Left leg forward, right leg back triangle. Nice poses. See, I'm in a balance beam, so my front heel is in line with my back arch. Root this right thigh back. Take the arms out to the side, get nice and tall. Feel the lift come up out of the hip. We're crunched here. We got to get this to lift. Then when you're ready, hinge the left side of the hip. Keep hugging those legs together. If you normally put your hand on the inside of your foot, take a breath to the outside of your foot. See what it's like. See which one you feel better in. Sometimes mixing it up, right, is going to be the way. Maybe start to look up as you rotate open a little bit more, and then push into that front heel. Inhale, come up tall, bend into the lead knee. Then the elbow goes to the thigh. We sweep the bicep up along the cheek. Maybe the left hand goes down to the block or the floor. Even here in Parsva, right? If it's on your knee, awesome. If it's on the inside of your foot, same awesome. If it's on the back of your foot, same thing, right? So just feel where you need to be. Feel where the other spot is, right? Where you're going to change it a little bit. And now breathe, look right up into that bicep. And then push into that front heel. Inhale, come up to that warrior two. Reach through the backhand. When you're ready, push from that right foot to that left heel as you step forward. Let the hands meet. Let the thumbs catch the heart. Close the eyes, take a couple breaths. Full breath in, complete breath out. We've done that a couple times today. Let your thumbs feel your heartbeat. I know my heart beats up a little bit, so I know that my pace is going to be a little bit quicker. And gently open your eyes, release your hands. Root down into your left foot, bend your right knee, reach back, grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. Lean back so that your toes can move on your left foot. This is what usually happens. And look what happens to my big toe mound if I crunch my toes. It comes up. So is that making me weaker or stronger? Weaker, right? That's a foundational spot. So you want to keep that big toe mound down. But the heel is going to be the magic. So keep the heel heavy. Yep, now belly to spine, sit bones down. We're in the quad stretch. If we're going to go dancer, the left arm comes in front. We plug it in. Don't worry about kicking the leg back. Just hinge at your hip. Keep hugging to the inside of your left thigh so this doesn't happen. We want to hug this way. Yep. Now when you get out there, kick the leg back. Yeah, that's the last part. And then inhale, come up. Release the leg, bring the knee in front. Lean back into the heel. Yep. Maybe kick the leg out in front. Yeah. Bend the knee. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Look up to the girder. Look up to the ceiling. Look all the way straight overhead. Maybe close your eyes. Open the eyes. Exhale, release. Tough to take that leg out, ain't it? We'll swap side too. So first thing, right? Spread the toes. Get the roots as wide as possible. And then when you're ready, bend that left knee, reach back, grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. I think it's pretty natural to lean forward, right? It's not natural in human movement. I think it's just natural in life that we're so front body, we're ready to go forward all the time. You got to lean back. And when you feel your heel root, it goes right to your butt cheek. You know you are rooting the right spot down. When you go into the ball of your foot, it's going to hit your quad. So lean back. Yep. And then belly to spine and the sit bones down, so you already start to get the quad stretch. Then the right arm in front, we root it in. And then as we hinge, we don't worry about kicking the leg. We worry more about trying to keep the left hip down so it's squared up with the right. Then when we know we're out and we're still holding that space, we kick the leg back. Nice, y'all. Spread your fingers. Spread your toes. There it is. Now inhale, come back up. Release the foot. Bring the knee in front. Lean back into that right heel. Pull the belly in. Pull the shutters closed. If you're going to kick that leg straight, kick it straight. Bend the knee. Look up. Work up up to the wall on the ceiling, through the girders, all the way overhead. Maybe close your eyes.
Open your eyes. Exhale, release. Nice, y'all. Sit back as the knees bend. Swing the arms up. Big reach. We curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back. Downward dog. Move through your vinyasa one time. And when you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. Sit back on your heels, just take a little break. Grab a drink or wipe your face, child's pose, Vajrasana, whatever feels good. And then from here, inhale, come up. Hands down, turn the hands out while we're here. Just get that little stretch into the arms, the shoulders and the chest. Pull your belly buttons in towards your spine. Yeah, feel that lumbar start to get nice and solid. And that nice stretch coming up the forearms and up into the biceps and lightly into the chest. Inhale, unwind. Take your toenails flat. Reach back and take your thumbs, and it's called bisecting your calf. So your calf has two heads. There's an inside and an outside. You want to take your thumbs and put it right in the middle, and you want to push the outside away like this. Now I'm going to sit back between my heels. Now when I push the calf away, one thing it does just gets the calf out of the way. So now I can go a little bit deeper in the flexion of my knee. The other thing it does is it kind of creates some internal rotation for us, right? It puts this block out here. So it turns the thigh in a little bit, which is what we want. Now turn your feet out. So unsickle them, and you'll notice your butt will get closer to the floor. If your butt doesn't touch, no problem. Take the blanket underneath or the block underneath and give yourself some support. Sides of our shins parallel with the sides of the mat. Take your hands behind you. Stay charged up in your legs. So what's this? Flexion or extension of my hip? Flexion. What do I want to take it to? Extension. So I'm just going to lean back. Right? Hip flexors are doing this. I want to go back this way. Now, we warmed up with a quad stretch, so some of you will be able to take this pose a little further. This is already success. I already have the hip going towards extension, right? So I'm stretching it like I want to, but we can go back a little more. The idea here is to root down into your legs and take a big inhale like you're breathing up out of your waist. Then on the exhale, go belly button to spine, pubic bone to the ceiling. And it's going to fill in your lumbar spine, so you're going to be able to lay back a little more. You're going to do that again. Charge your legs, breathe up out of your waist. Exhale, go belly to spine, pubic bone to the ceiling. You're going to be able to go back a little bit further. Do that again. And keep doing that with every breath. See where you could take the pose. Keep your knees rooted. Keep going, belly button to spine, shutters closed, pubic bone towards the ceiling or sit bones to the backs of your knees, however you want to think about it. Couple more breaths. Whew. When you're ready, charge the legs. Inhale, come up. Ooh. All fours. Just reach the one leg back. Open up the knee and the hip. Woo! That's the deepest I went in flexion in quite a few weeks. Lower down. I'm kind of healing that calf injury. I'm healing a lot of shit right now. I'm in one of those moments, right? I'm healing all kinds of shit.
Lower that knee down. And then let's go, while we're here, let's go right leg over left. Take the feet apart, sit back between your heels.
You know, there's a reason why in yoga we always talk about like heart, mind, and body, right? Because they all play together. It's easy to think that they don't, right? But when you feel a little emotionally beat up, what tends to happen? Your body follows it, right? And things start to all kind of go together. I always tell y'all, you hear me say that little line where I'm always like, you know, the moment's hard, let it be hard, right? I remind myself that all the time. The moment's hard. Let it be hard. It's tough right now, right? It just has to be tough. It'll get better, right? Right now, the fringes are only every so often, right? What is most of the time? Right in the middle. It's balanced out, right? It just happens to be one of those times. Now, we can stay here. I know a lot of you like to go into cow facing to work that upper back and to work the arms a little more. So if you want, stay here and hinge. If you want to go with the arms, we want to do the opposite. So if our right knee is up, we need to bring our left elbow up. So you go left arm, take it back, and then the right arm goes out to the side with the fingernails forward. Bend your elbow, walk your hand up your back till you clasp your hands, your fingers. Or you're going to drop your strap from your left hand into your right. Yep. And just like we did before, you're leaning forward a little bit. That's the better look. Now push your head back into your forearm and then sit up tall. Yep. Now you're not going to get any further in your right arm. You're going to get your hands closer by taking your left shoulder back. Yeah, so see what I did? I went this way. Back. And that gets my hands closer. Your right's it's done. It's not going to go anymore, right? It's at the end range of motion for the joint. Now control the arms as you release. Then unwind the legs. And we'll meet back in that all fours. And then take a breath here. And when you're ready, we'll swap side too. So in this one, do move your right knee to the midline. Then take your left over and get it nice and tight behind the right one. Then take your feet apart and sit back between your heels. See, this is my tight spot in my hips, so see how my knees want to pull apart? I can't keep them together because this is where I tend to be tight in my hips. We'll all have something. It'll be your adductors, your quads, your TFL and IT band, your glutes, your hamstrings, right? One of those will be tighter than the rest. Then reach down, widen that out on the right side, then maybe the left, turn the thigh in a little bit. Active from your feet. So like I'm pushing on a gas pedal is what I'm doing. That's why my feet look like this. If they weren't active, they'd look like this. I can't even like deactivate them. It's like in my brain to go like with my feet. That's what's going to keep your knee safe. So you want to keep a good engagement coming up. And you're going to stay here if you feel good here. If you're going to work the arms, it's right in front. Reach behind. Left out to the side. Fingernails forward. Bend the elbow. Work the hand up your back or drop it from your right hand. Try to root down into your left sit bone. It's trying to do this. So go this way. Yep, then breathe up. Yep, and then try to take that right shoulder back a little bit further. Couple more breaths. Release the hands. Unwind that top leg. All fours. And just reach the right leg back. Open up the knee and the hip again. Lower it down. Left. Lower it down. All fours. Walk your hands back. Come to squat pose. Hug in, push the elbows away to stretch. Stay here if you want. You want to lift the hips, place the hands down. The knees are on the back of the arms. Bring the feet together. Look forward. Bring the weight forward so your fingertips get nice and heavy. Then your feet are going to come up off the floor.
When that happens, pull your heels to your butt. Push your hands down into the floor like you're straightening your arms. Crow. Yeah, that's it. Keep looking forward. Yes. Nice, y'all. And then when you're ready, lower down. All right, grab your mats. Find a spot on the wall. We'll go upside down. What?
I was just thinking, jump back to chaturanga would be ill-advised right now.
Probably. Yeah, too much power. You're looking for like stability. Maybe some strength, you know. So I'm going to talk everyone through downward dog and L pose. You can go handstand, headstand, tripod. You can go Hanuman up the wall. If you want to work that a little more into the split, you can go for that. So if you're going to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, feet are touching the wall. If you're going to go on your own, whenever you're ready. All right? So with me, all fours, take a couple breaths. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips. Come to a short downward dog. Step one foot up the wall, and then the second foot up the wall. And then with your knees bent, you'll be in downward dog. Invert it. With your legs straight, you'll be in L pose. Downward dog's already an inversion, right? Because your head's below your heart. When you take the legs up the wall, you just deepen the inversion a little bit. And take your time. You know, we'll be here for a couple minutes or so. So try something. And if you want to come down, rest a little bit, maybe try something else. Nice, y'all. Remember what yoga's asking you. It's asking you to be cool, calm, and collected when you're ass overhead. All right? That's what it's asking you. Can you be as chill here as you are in all your other poses? Awesome, crew.
You can come from crow, okay? You want to dip under. Because if we just go forward, right, you can see I'm too far away. So when I go into this, I want to dip under. Then I place my hand down. I plug my shoulders back. I hug my knees in. Then I start to take my legs up. And I keep plugging my shoulders back. And I stay to the top of my head, like where the baby's head is soft. The misalignment is you're towards your forehead. And then that goes into your neck. Then you come down. I bring my knees to the back of my arms. Now I got to look forward. Because if I don't look forward, I'm just going to go down. So I got to go this way, like I'm scraping my forehead forward. And that's how I come back to crow. So when you go in, you go down and under. When you come out, you go forward and up. And that's how you'll come in and out of it. Yeah, Andrea. Yeah, you keep hugging knees in. Yes. Yes. Now keep plugging your shoulders back, like the back of your arms to the wall. Yeah. Now work your way down. Yeah. Knees to the backs of the arms. Push your feet together. Look forward like you're trying to hit your head on the wall. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Push your feet together, because what happens when you push your feet together? Are you collecting the energy or are you taking it out? You're collecting it. That's an in, right? And an in is where we're going to collect the muscle energy. And an out is where we're going to express it, right? And that's the game. It's in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. That's every single pose, right? You hug, you make space, and then you settle into the space. And you open up again, right? And you keep moving into it.
That was awesome. All right, let's go on our bellies. It's bow pose day. So your strap would be here around like your ankles there, if you were gonna hold your strap for this. Otherwise, we're gonna grab our ankles or our feet, okay? Now, the big thing in this pose is neutralizing your pelvis. I'm gonna go through that with you. So our knees, the misalignment is this. They're gonna try to splay out. So we're gonna hug our knees in. That's adduction, okay? Now, we gotta neutralize our pelvis. So just for this moment, push your knees down. You're gonna feel like your butt comes up in the air. We're gonna use this space now. So go belly button to spine. Now push your pubic bone down into the yoga mat. So now your butt's not in the air anymore. Push your junk all the way down to the mat. Now look forward. Lift your chest. So keep going forward as the chest lifts. Now draw your hands in towards your feet or your ankles or your strap, but now kick your legs away. Yeah. Nice poses, y'all. Work underneath your shoulder blades. One more breath. Release the legs or the strap. Take your hands underneath your head. Turn your head to one side. You could butt wiggles like this, like windshield wipers without your legs up, or you bring your legs up, and this will be a little more like a windshield wiper. Whatever feels good. The whole trick to that pose is neutralizing your pelvis. And once you learn how to neutralize your pelvis, that pose gets fun. It's challenging at first because it wants to go into your lumbar spine. But that will only happen if your sit bones go up to the sky. And which way did we say we want our sit bones to go? Towards the backs of our knees or towards the floor, right? So let's try again. Inhale the head back to center. Bend the knees, reach back. If you can grab your ankles, bring your toenails towards your shins like this. So you're back to neutral. Hug the knees in. Push the knees down for just this moment. Belly button to spine. Pubic bone to the mat or junk to the mat. Sit bones to the backs of your knees. Look forward. As the chest lifts, draw the hands into the feet. Kick the feet away. Nice poses, y'all. Breathe. One more breath. Stay engaged as you release. Swap the hands. So if the left was on top, right gets a turn. Turn your head to the other side. And then back to your butt wiggles or your windshield wipers, whatever feels good. Bless you. And then come to neutral. Roll over onto your backs. Bless you. And hug your knees. Bring your feet to the floor. And then let your knees fall towards the right. So we're kind of like in a wide twist here. Nice open twist. Take a couple breaths here. Start to pull the belly to the spine. Start to pull the shutters closed. Then when you're ready, reach down, grab your left heel and pull it closer to your left sit bone. And then if you want to take the right ankle on the outside, top of the knee there, you can. If you want to just stay here, you're still getting the quad stretch. This is just taking the pose a little bit deeper, wherever you want to go with it. But don't lose the belly and don't lose the shutters. Persuade the knee forward, not down to the mat. And then release the leg. Inhale, come back to center with the knees. Feet are wide to the edges of your mat. Let the knees fall towards the left. That'll keep them wide. And then just take a few breaths here. Then when you're ready, if you want to go into the lateral quad stretch, you're going to pull that right heel to the right sit bone. If you're going to take the ankle above the knee, go for it. But remember, persuaded forward. If you crank it down to the floor, it just gets those SI joints. Right? You don't want to get into those. You're going to keep those safe by bringing your belly button to your spine. You're going to keep your spine getting long by pulling your shutters closed, and then you could root into that right shoulder even a little bit more. Release the ankle if it's on the knee.
Inhale the legs back to center, take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead. Hug the knees to your chest. With your knees bent, lower your feet to the floor, hips width apart. Inhale the right leg up, cross it over. We're gonna go to supine pigeon. Then hug the left knee towards your chest. The closer your left knee comes to your face, the further away you want your right knee to work from your face. You want to go a little further, you hold the front of your shin instead of the back of your thigh. But let that be determined by you keeping the pelvis neutral, so the sacrum's flat. And then release the leg, lower it down, unwind that top leg, take a breath. Left leg comes up, or your side too, open the hip, cross the knee. When you're ready, hug the right knee towards your chest. Stay active from your feet. Active like you're pushing out on gas pedals. You're pushing the outside of your left ankle into the top of your right knee, but you're pulling your right knee into your ankle as well. That's going to shoot the energy up the legs, especially into the hips there. So you're going to start to feel now the stretch is going to get a little bit better as you engage through the back of the hip. If you're going to go further, go ahead and hold the front of the shin or wherever you want to take the pose. Control it as you release. Unwind that left leg. Take the legs out straight. Reach the arms up overhead. Take a big stretch. Spread the fingers and spread the toes. When you're ready, hug the knees to your chest. Come to happy baby. See if you can work from your knees to your shins, from your shins to your two fingers between your big toe and your second toe. So we'll be here. But see, if this is happening to me, I'm going to let go of my feet because this is just too deep, right? I can't hold this neutral space. If I can go here, though, to me, this pose is right on my edge. I can just hold the neutral space, but I have to really work hard to take my sit bones down to the mat. You could take one leg out or both legs out, whatever feels good here. Rock side to side. And then when you're ready, inhale the knees to center. Exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation. And here as the legs reach out, let the feet gently roll open. Bring the arms along the sides. Let the shoulders settle back. Let the palms turn open to the sky. Let your head rest back. Maybe let your eyes close and let the tongue soften from the roof of the mouth. Let the body get heavy. Let the mind turn back to the breath and let the heart open. In our practice, we find that connection of heart, mind, and body. How they work together. We honor that. Or we say that the body wants to do nothing. The mind wants to do everything. And it's the heart's job to find the balance. And begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feel the breath as it washes through the body, your toes, your fingers, the crown of your head, through your heart. We reawaken that better version of ourselves. As the fingers and the toes wiggle, maybe the arms and the legs stretch, move in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly, consciously. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest. Just roll to the right side, push your hands down, come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts.
And one more time to seal in our practice, our time together, the sound of Om, all together. Deep breath in. So we softly bow our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, crew. Good to see everyone. Awesome practice. You know, if you have any questions, grab me before you go. If not, maybe I'll see some of y'all tomorrow or Saturday. If not, I will see you soon. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, Larry.
Welcome.
That was great. I used to be, so I can get close on this side, right? I used to be able to really